Hello, good morning. Good morning to you all. I think we are lucky to be back to our normal time this week. I think that's a good thing to yeah, it's good we are back, right? Yeah. I hope you can hear me. Everybody can hear me live. Give me a thumbs up to let me know that you are hearing. Hello, can you hear me? Yeah. How are you doing with the assignment? I know currently, let me see. We have only sorry. We have we have about 65 responses. 65 responses. So if you have not done yours, just make sure you do it. You do yours. Because by tomorrow 6 p.m. I think I will close the link and you will not be able to submit again by then. And it's important. I think this assignment is even not it's not anything difficult. You are not doing anything um hard here, right? Right. Because I'm just asking you what is data. This is not you just get it. You get what is data analysis, the tools, all of these things. We've done it. Why are we using Python? I will discuss this. If you've gone through the videos, all of these things shouldn't be a problem for you. What is Jupyter Notebook and how it is launched, all of these things. I should see variations. I should see all the three. I did about three different ways of launching Jupyter, so I should see at least a few. If I shouldn't see just one, everybody going one way, I should see the variations. What is a variable? What are the rules in naming a variable? Yeah. But so far I'm seeing fantastic responses though. Yeah. um list the data types in Python. Yeah. What is the output of this code? Yeah, this is giving us some mixed some mixed responses. I think there are answers on all of this. There are answers on at least there's people choose this one. It helps you have to use what the PEMDAS method to get this right. Looking at this too, yeah. So the best thing is you don't need to. Even this one, when you just type this thing into your Jupyter, type this code, declare these variables, declare all of these variables, and ask it to print here, and you see what will be the output. This one too, declare these two variables, declare this third variable, print the result, and you see what is it, and try to understand what we are doing. We are indexing. You see, try to understand, read the code line by line, and see, oh, okay, here we are declaring a name called Nanado. Second name, we are declaring Muhammad. Now, when we come here, we are saying we are picking what? name one, and we are picking from the beginning. I want everything up to two, and I say always a two. The last that number here is not always added, so it means she wants 0 1, 0 1. Yeah, 0 1 should appear. Then dot lower, since it is a string, you can do dot lower, then it becomes lower. Then you're adding it to, okay. So you just try to read the code, you understand it. So next time when you are also writing your code, you get it right. You appreciate codes. I know this is what is keeping a lot of you, but this is not. This. I haven't gone through your codes yet, yeah, but I haven't gone through. I've seen the responses. What are the advantages? Let me see the responses. Let me go to the responses over here. Let me go through the responses. I think these are your emails. These are your what is the direct responses. Yeah, that's good. You guys have done well. Yeah, those that have responded, good so far. What is Anaconda? Pre-installed packages. Yeah, people are doing. You guys are doing well. And we come to what is Jupyter and how to install it. Everybody is giving us good responses. That's really good of you. Means you are challenging yourselves, and that's what I want. I want you to always be challenging yourself. Make time, no matter where you are. As I said, whether you are in school, you are working, you are doing your service, wherever, make some small time for this, right? After here, you should have some time, at least in the day that you use it. You open your Spider, you open your Jupyter notebook to write a few things that you've done, you've learned. Okay, you've learned how to declare variables, and you try declaring some variables. You've seen the print function, so try to print some statements. You see that? That's just how it is. Yeah, so far so good. Yeah, so far so good. So far so good. As I'm saying, that you see the first one, the code, you see the output. We are getting almost. I'm getting all answers. 71% have gone for D. Um, okay, 12% have choose A. 13 choose C, and then about 2% took what? 3. Yeah. And the other one to 70, the percentages are there. And now these are your files. The files are there. The files are there. I'll open them, and this are so far so good. Oh, it's 37, 67 now. That's good. You guys have done. You guys are doing well. By tomorrow 6 p.m. I'll close. All I'll just have to do is to lock it. Accepting responses, then I'll just lock it that no, I'm no longer accepting what responses. Then it is closed. That's all. So yes, that is it for assignment. Those who have not done it, try as much as you can to do it. Right. So now let me go to my folder. I'm moving to my tertiary. Where are you? GTL. Yeah, this folder. Then we already have this. I think let me go and this file is still running because it is green. Let me go and close those notebooks that are still let me shut this down, shut this down, shut down. So shut all of them down. I don't need them. So you see that it is now ash. Yeah. So yes, I've shut them down. Let me see what is someone saying. And T, man, we are still on the normal course. We will surely find a way out today. That's good. Yes, we can hear you. Ah, yes, find a way out. Ah, if. Just accept how much the person is giving. How much that the person wants to. If the amount is within this range, then it means this is what will happen. The amount is within this range, and it means this is what will happen. Oh, yeah, that's not the case. Yeah. So yes, as I see, as you've seen from the description, we are doing what Python models and what libraries, Python models stroke libraries, and then when we have introduced, we've done the introduction, then we'll then move straight to what one of the libraries that we have to learn, right? So we first need to know what libraries are, and then we'll then jump on to the libraries that we'll be working with. You see that? So gradually. You see, we are just moving. Obviously, after today, we would have left the fundamental because I expect you to have taken the fundamental seriously. Yeah. So try. We are not going back. That's how it is. You have to put in the effort yourself, right? To get this. That's fine. So okay, so let's start. Let me create my new notebook. Let me create my new notebook. We are in week two. Yes, week one assignment. I expect you to do that. Right. So I've created my file. Let me rename it first. So what should be the name? Models. Models. Models, libraries, or models or libraries. And then what? Intro. Intro to what? Numpy. Num oh sorry. Numpy. Libraries. Okay. So this is it. This is my name. Invalid notebook name. Notebook name must have one or more characters and can contain. Okay, the slash. Sorry. Okay, take the slash off, and that is done. So, so this is it. Yep. So we go. We are looking at what Python models. Python models. Let me rename. Let me give my heading. So Python models. So first of all, let's look at what a model is, right? We'll look at what a model is, and then we'll try to create some models too, right? Yeah, then we'll try to create some models. You see that? Okay. So let's look at what a model is. A model in programming is more of like a pre-written chunk of like bunch code. That's one that's something or a group of functions that you've written to perform certain tasks. You see that? So we have a function that performs this, we have a function that performs this. We bring all those things together and they are all it's just what a Python model will just be a Python file that's is a collection, a Python file which is more of like a collection of functions that does some specific tasks, right? So that's just it. So you write some lines of code. For instance, you write some lines of code that um, that does the Momo tax and also does another tax calculation that does another tax calculation, several things. So immediately you call that model and you want to anytime you want to perform Momo something Momo tax, you want to calculate tax, you just call that Momo that model and you use it, right? That's this. There are two types of model. The screen. Oh, Farouk, the screen. I don't know how what to do with the screen now. Mhm. Sorry, Farouk, but I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do currently to make it better. Yours is not good at all. There are two types of There are two types of modules that we can have that are there. There are user defined, one that you yourself you build, or they are what built-in models, right? They are built-in models too, right? So the user-defined ones are the one that you, as I said, when you write some lines of code that will do the work for you, users can create and use custom models for specific tasks. So you can include multiple functions that can be used in another script or program without explicitly writing, yeah, the entire code again. Okay. So we'll look at how to create a model. As I said, it's just a Python file that has a PRA for extension. And that's all that it is. So we'll look at how to do that currently. Oh, I think I want to use a different ID. I want to use PyCharm. Hey, this one, Spider. I want to use Spider. I want to use Spider. Spider. I want to use Spider. Okay. Let me launch Spider. Let me launch Spider and add another. Let me add another screen to this. Okay. Spider. Oh no. So now let me bring this and capture window capture. Okay. So let me just add this. So transition to this. Okay. Please the sound. The sound is black. It's not okay. Hello. Sure you can't hear me. Hello. Okay. So I want to use Spider for this work. Yeah. The screen was showing Python models. That was what I was doing. Okay. So since if it is better now, I've changed the ID. I just launched what Spider because I want to do that. I want to do this. So let's go. As I said, a module is just what? It's more of like a group of functions or a function or a group of functions that we use to do stuff, right? So you write your lines of code. Currently, we can decide to do what? Let's decide to that we want to um, write a function. This is a Python file. As I said, it's just what a .py file that we can use any other day that we want. You see that? Functions, what was function? Function, we could call function in the notebook. We could just write the function and call it within the notebook. This one will be a whole file itself. Maybe so you've written some several lines of code and you can call it any other day and use it, right? So if even after some years and the code is the whole Python file is still there and you want to use it, you don't have to uh, go along with you can just call that function, call that model and use it. Let's look at it. As I said, let's do build this one. We are just starting by writing some lines of code to do some calculations, right? We want to do some calculations, so it's more of like a calculator to do some multiplications, some additions, some subtractions, some multiplications and divisions, and just that. So let's go. So let's define a function that will do those calculations for us. So def, that is the syntax for creating a function, right? So dex what? Calculator. Calculator. And say what? Right? Okay. So as I said, let me go calculator. Calculator. That's the function name. Then maybe this one we will need what? We are just saying that we could just go without even giving anything, but we want to we want you to give us some two numbers. We want the user to give us some two inputs that will perform some. So we are saying that if the user, we want to do this in such a way that if the user gives us some one and two, we'll ask the user, oh Charlie, do you want to multiply them, do you want to add them, do you want to do anything, whatever mathematics that the person want to do, then we'll do it for the person, right? So we go, this is the syntax for creating a function, is that not it? One thing I love about Spider is, you see, when you are typing, Spider will be telling you the code is expecting something. Then you are seeing the red, it means there's an error somewhere. But let's finish. So maybe option. We just want to ask the person what kind of calculation the person wants to do. Is that not it? So this one should take an input. We'll take an input from here. Then we'll ask the user, please something the person should enter, maybe a for something, a for, we can say what, a a for addition, s for subtraction, m for multiplication, d for division. You see that? So some we can just go with that. So let's go. Enter, enter. Then we say what? mm, a for what? Addition. Enter a for addition. Then we go. I want to have what? A new line. As I said, we will just use backslash and n, well, so that in the print statement it wouldn't be, or everything wouldn't be on a line. Backslash and n, so that everything wouldn't be on the same line, right? It will just be okay. Then the next one will be what? Enter what? Enter x. Oh, sorry. For what? S is for what? Subtraction. Subtraction. And then another new line. Then we say what? Enter m. Yeah, let me just leave it. M what? For what? Multiplication. Multiplication. Then I go another new line. Let me send it to a new line. Then say what? Enter enter D for what? Division. Enter D for what? Division. This is okay, right? Now, this is okay. So we the input, this is what the input is taking, right? This is what, so we finish with the input. We are finished with the input. So now we now need to use our if statement to then we now need to use the if statement to build some momentum for ourselves or to solve the question. So we want to say yes if the person enter, so because we've printed something when we run this function. So let me see, let me just, it's okay, let me just it's okay, let me just leave this function this way. Let me save it first so that we can run it and see something. So save. Let's see if, oh, save, let me see, module, no, gtl module, gtl tech lab. Okay, let me use tech lab. I'm saving it as tech lab. Oh, what is happening? .py, save this file. Tech lab. So tech lab. So if I say tech lab, let me now call this function. I've saved it as tech lab. So let me call the function. I've finished. I just want to call it to make sure that calculator. Then I just need to input something. Input maybe 1 and 2. Currently, it doesn't matter because we've not. So now let's run this. I click on the run. You see that? Reloaded modules. Tertiary. Oh, whoa. Which one? Which one? Which one? The club. Yeah. No, I don't want you to. You're not loading. You're not loading. Okay. So enter A for addition, X for subtraction, M for multiplication, and then what? D for what? Division. This is, you see the output that we've gotten. That is just it. Enter A for what? Addition. So it means we can carry on. We can carry on building our function, right? This is not in bracket. Yeah, I can decide to, let me just take this one off. Right, let me take this one off. Okay, so enter a. So this one, let me leave it so that it makes the person know that that's what we want the person to type. Then let me actually check for the M and the M, and then the D. Okay, so okay, so yes, this is it. This is it. This is it. Okay, so now let's go. So yes, the output, the input, it will ask the person to do this. You see the output over here because it is asking you to input something. Now we want to know what if the person actually enters A. It means the person wants to add those two numbers. Is that not it? So now it means we want to just use what? The if statement. So let's go. If option, the option, that's the answer the person will give, because the whatever the person will give, we are saving it as what? Option. So we want to say if option is equal to what? A. You see that? So we can equally do something. Let's solve the problem of what if the person enters what if the person enters yeah, let's leave it this way. If the person enters what? A, what what should happen? It means the person want to add those two numbers. So we just say um add is equal to what? Those two x, the x that the person has entered. So that will be, the x will be this 21, and the y will be this what? This 3. You see that? The x will be this and the y will be that. So we should just want to what? Add it. If the person enters a, then the person want to add those two numbers. So just add x and y for us. So, and we say what? Then return that. Return return what? Return add. That's all. So let's go. We can equally, let me save this, Control S. I've saved it, and then let me rerun this whole thing again. Run. What is up? Keyboard interrupted by user. Okay. Clear. Let me. I'm coming. Mhm, 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 mhm. Restart. Let me restart this scanner first. Yes, I want to restart this scanner. Restart this scanner. Okay. So I've just done that. I've just done that. So let me rerun this whole thing again. So yes. Okay. So I'm running what? techlab.py. That is it. Nothing. So I enter what? Let me see. E. Oh. Oh. Why is why didn't it return this thing? Let me call the function over here. See calculator. Then I give it what? 2, 3 by 4. I say I want E. 7. You see, it has outputted 7. Yep, 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 yep. It has done that. So the moment I entered E, and that is it. So if I rerun it again, and let me say I do 32 by 12. I enter, it is asking me enter E for addition, enter S for this, enter M for this, enter D, and currently we know we just have just one option. So I want A, which is what? Addition. You see the output 44. It has done that. So now let's do the same thing for what? So now when the condition is one, you just use if. But when you have several conditions, you use what? Elif. So elif, 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 right? The backslash is doing this. Without the backslash, the whole of this thing would have been on the same line. So let me just do that so you see. So let me take the backslash n. Backslash n means what? After the first, after enter a for addition, the next, whatever that is behind it should go to the next line. It shouldn't be on the same line. You see that? It shouldn't be on the same line. If you like, let me just, I've taken the first one out. So you see it. Let me save it. And now we run this whole file again. So I've run the file. You see that enter E for addition, enter S for subtraction, because in between those two I didn't put a backslash there. So you see what has happened, right? Let me stop. You see that? So let me bring my backslash so that it goes on the new line for us. That's all. That's just the work. So now, as I said, let's go and work on the other one. So let's go. Let's add for the subtraction. Then elif, as I said, elif, if option is equal to what? Let's say S. This time the person entered S. Then it means the person wants to do what? Subtraction is equal to what? X minus Y. Have you seen that? We just do X minus Y and we ask Python to return that. Return what? Sub. That's all. Then we go. Okay. Then we go to another one to elif, because we've understood elif. This is the third option. If option is if option is equal to what? M, then it means the person wants to do what? Multiplication. So more is equal to more is equal to what? X times Y. X times Y. You see that? So then we ask Python to return more for us, multiplication. Then we keep going. Then the last one, the other one, elif, if option if option is equal to what? D, then it means the person wants to do what? Division. So we divide x what? Div is equal to x divided by y. You see that? That is it. So then we ask Python to return what? Div, right? Then what if the person enters anything different? Then we use the else, the last statement. Else what? Please enter a right. Please. Then we ask it to print, or let me use a print statement for it, because I want to print some statement, a statement, some strings. So I ask the person, hey, please please enter E or S or D or M. Bring or S or M or D. Not in it, not um let's just leave it like this, right? So I leave it this way. I'm no longer calling this thing. So yes, this is what we want to do. This is what we want to do. This is what we want to do. Okay, so the moment I run this file, you see that I've saved it. Let me save it. First of all, I need to, when you finish writing your code, you need to save the file, save them first. So Control S, I've saved it. Control S, I've saved it. Then now let me run this file over here. When I run this file, you see that it has been loaded. So now I can call the function. So I can call what? Calculate. Then I add what? I want to, I have 40 and what? Let's see, 5. 40 and 5. So if I enter, you tell me now, enter what? A for addition, X for subtraction, M for multiplication, so D for division. I can enter D. I'm entering D. So if I say enter, you see that I get 8 0.0. That means it did division. 40 divided by what? 5. You see that? So this is a function first, but this is what we will now want to use this as what? A model. You see that? We want to use this. We want to use this file for something, right? So now that we've done this, This one was just we using just the normal function, but now let's now work. Let me see. Where is this? I wish. Let me move. I want to let me let me do something. Let me open this file. No, let me open a new file in that folder, in my working folder, in my working directory where I created. Let me go to the directory. So GTL. Okay, here. Let me open. Uh, uh, I think I have to. Save as new file. Save file as. Save file as. Save file as. Oh, okay. Let me see how best I can do this. Let me see. Let me move. Let me then send this one. I want to move it to the directory so that we'll be able to do something. We'll be able to do that. Yeah, I want to bring it here and say what this is what the sharing, yeah. So it's a .py here, the sharing. So all I want to do is let me just copy the whole of this thing, this code, paste it here, right? Paste it in this one, control, right? Then I save it, control. I've now saved it. So this is in that folder. It's in that folder. So I want to do something. It's in that folder. So it means now I can let me go back to Jupyter and do something. Let me go back to Jupyter and do something. Where are you? Scene 2, I'm coming. Capture this screen fast. Seems 2. Okay. So let's go here. Let's get back here. Let's get back here. We've created that file in Spider already, right? We've created that file in Spider already. So now when we come here, yes, when what? Let me read through your comments here, please. The backslash, I've done that. Save my screen. But please, Mr. Chair, I hope it will be uploaded. Yeah, all the videos are always there. Don't you see all the videos so far? They are here. They are on YouTube. They are on this channel. There's a playlist. I'll add it to the playlist and it is there. you want, right? Mhm. So yes, we are here. So we then look at how to use the model that we have created. Have you seen that? We will then look at how to use the model that we've created. Let's make sure that it is here. See that the Python file is visible here. The Python file is visible here. So it means that's fine. The Python file is visible. So we should be able to what? So we've written, oh, control, oh, I'll come. I'll come. Somebody is asking, how do you see the file? Oh, when you are in Jupyter, when you are in Spider, when you are in Spider, it is just, let me see, transition. Okay. When you are in Spider, this like this. When you are in Spider like this, look at the top, the file. This one is what used to you want to when you want to create a new file. So if I just click this, it means I want a new script. I want to create a new script. If I want to open a file that this one a Python file, I just use this. If I want to save, it is here. The next one is just this. So if I edit this, I want to save it, or I just use what Control S. I'll be able to save it. That is it, right? Okay. So let me switch back. Let me switch back to we are back to our notebook, right? We are back to our notebook. Okay. Uh, let's you'll be able to. So yes, we've saved it. We've saved Jupyter, right? I mean we've saved the Python file. Now our main focus is what? Models. And we are saying what? It could be what? That Python file that we've written. So we don't want even some 2 days or later when we come, we just know the file is there, that we've written some lines of code that should do something for us. So what do? You need to what? That we need to call that file. That file is now, it's more of like a module that we can call. Have you seen that? So how do we call it? How do we do that by importing it? We do that by what? Importing it. And so that's where we are starting by saying what? We just go import the model, and the model, the Python file was what? Tertiary, so tertiary, and we can just say import tertiary and we'll go. Or import tertiary. Normally when we are importing, we don't want to always, when you import it and you want to use it, then it means you have to be calling that name tertiary. So you can just what? Give it an alias, aka. Alias is more of like, so aka T, or aka top dog, aka anything that you want. So we can say TT as tertiary. You see that? So we want to import tertiary as what? Tertiary. It means when we run this, then it means we've loaded that file. You see that? So when we do this, when I run it, you see that it has run. So we've created what? We have just created our own what? Model currently. So if we want to use the calculator, it is part. The calculator is in this file. So it is more of like it is a method or something like this. So when we come, tt dot, you see when we're doing, I said what? Dot. So now if I use the dot and I press tab, you see the only method that is there is what? Calculator. So you can then use it. So what do you want to do? We know what we've done, so we just input some stuff, right? We just input 23 and what? 5. So when we run this cell, it is asking us something. Enter A for what? Addition, S for subtraction, M for multiplication, D for what? Division. So I say maybe I want to do what? Subtraction. So I enter S. So it has returned the difference. You see that? So we created a Python file, and even I intentionally, we could have used it in Spider, but I intentionally left Spider So we come here and we are able to what? Call that function that we created. We've called that module that we've created and we are using it. You see that? So that is what modules are and how we are able to what? So far today, we've created our own model. We've created our own model and then we've imported it and we are using it. You see that? So that's what we've been able to done. We've been able to do. Sorry about that. So tt dot what? Cal. Then I say what? I just give it any number. 5 by 8. 5 by 8. Then I go. So enter. What do I want to do? I want to do what? Multiplication. M. So 40. 5 times 8. 40. Are we together? I hope we are together, right? I hope we are together. So yes, now we can move on. We can move on. We can move on and go and then add. We can then go and write more functions about this one. Right? We can go on and write what? Several functions. So let's say that was just yeah. So let's just do let's just do one more a function with a model with more functions, several functions, then we can move on, right? Let's write a function with more this one. Okay, let's go. Writing is fun, right? It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. So yes, as I said, we want to. This one was just a single function, so let's try to do one with what multiple functions, and then we'll move. We'll go away. Is that not it? Okay. So let me switch back to spider. So I switch back to spider. Then I come here. So this time around, this time around. Okay. So this was. Let me just create a new function, a new this one. No, this one. I click on new. Right. I'm clicking on new. But let me first make sure that it will be saved in that directory. Let me make sure it will be saved in that directory. You don't need to. This is just for you to understand something. That's why it's not. Mhm. So let me just say Control S. So where do I want to save this file? I want to save it in what? This tertiary, yeah, GTL. So this one too. What should be the name? We just want to give this one a name. So let's say what? What should we say? What should we give it? What's name? Some mathematics, what? Some mathematics stuff, mathematics, mathematics. So that is this mathematics.py, right? So we have this file over here. Okay. So all I need to do is what? Let's create the same one, addition. But this time around, we want addition to be a function on its own, difference to be a function on its own, then product should be a function on its own and whatsoever, right? So let's go. Let's just go. So let me just create this. So def, you see that the first one, it was just a single function that we were using. So we can say what? Addition. So we want to create what? This is a function and it expects what? You see, normally there's also a way of we when I do this, when you call a star and a variable, then it means you see that so far what we have been doing it was when we give two parameters and the person enters three parameters and there's trouble. If we give three parameters and the person enters less, but if you want to cater for that and you want to do it universal, you can enter any number that the person wants. We can do that. So we want to do it in such a way that when you use the star is a wild card, so it can accept any number of inputs, right? So that's also another new thing that you have to take. So we just do some, let me just, this function, when I finish writing, maybe you understand it. So we first declaring that sum is equal to 0. Then we say for I in x, the x. So depending on the x, if the person gives more, then we'll pick each x, then we'll keep adding, we'll just be adding it. Sum, you saw the sum is equal to sum plus the I that will be there. So when it picks any number I, not 1. So for number, or let me see, for number, for number, I say what? You see that? So that is it. So it will add them. So if I enter 2 2 and 3, it will go inside. If I enter 2 and 3, 2 comma 3, it will come 4, then it will pick 2 for 2 in this range, then it will come. Sum will be what? 0 plus the 2, so the new sum will be what? 2. Then it goes again, then it picks the 3. The new sum will be what? The 3 plus what? The 2 that is there, then it becomes 5. So when it is done, a yes I must new year return. uh okay, let me see what, let me use print to make it print what. Oh, print, let me use print for this. I should you Let me just use yeah, let me use the print statement for this instead of the return, because I want to print some statement. uh Print what? uh the sum, the summation, summation, I think summation, is supposed to be what? Man, okay, the summation of this, of the numbers, is what? Then I just bring what inside, then I bring my sum. That's all. That's all. So this will be okay for me. So I we can try this function. Let's try this function first. Let's try this function first. So let me run this cell. I have run this cell. So I just need to what? Call addition. Addition. Then I give what? Maybe 2 comma 3 comma 4. So let me go. Okay. Oh, it started with 2, then it added 3, then it added 4. I don't, it shouldn't print this way. So let me bring this way. It is printing it, the print is in the loop. That's how come we are getting 3 different steps. So let me bring the print out of the for loop. So I bring it out of the for loop. And now let's see. Let me rerun this again. And now let me do the addition again. Addition. Then I just say what? 4 comma 6 comma 8 comma 9. Let me see. The summation of these of the numbers is what? 27. That's all. This is all that we wanted. This is all that we wanted. So yes, the summation is done. So then it means these functions are working. Let me just continue, and let's just continue and do the other, create the other functions too. This is just for you to see something so that you appreciate something, right? Difference. So difference, then it means we want to do what? That one too should also take what? Multiple. It can take varying numbers, right? Varying input. So we say what? Sub is equal to 0. Then we go. This one, then we keep going. For for mm, so for I in X. For I in X, one if J, if I is equal to X at 0. Let me finish this code and you understand this. Then I is equal to I should be equal to I times -1. So keep subtracting. Tired. So sub is equal to sub minus I. So let me see. So it can take. Let me go for imprint. Print what? So I can say what the difference of the numbers is, and I go here comma, then I bring what? Sub. Okay, okay, then I go for the new one, the new function. Let me do product. Then product 2 also can take multiple numbers. Then I go and I say what multiplication mul is equal to 1, because if you say 0, then it means all the input, everything will be 0. So for k in what? In X, uh, let's multiply. Mul will be equal to what? Mul times the new k. Mul times what? K. That's all. Mhm. So what should we do? We should just move back and print our statement. Print what? Uh, the multiplication, okay, simple. The product of all the numbers is a. I should have to get out before comma. Then more. Okay. And the last one, what happened? What happened? There's a red sign here. I think okay, the equal to. Okay, so now item is now okay. So let me go back and write the last function. It is for division. Let, let's leave it here. That function is okay. So yes, let me save this function and let's control S. I've saved it. Control X. So I've saved this file. Let's go to our Jupyter. Let's switch and go to Jupyter. Let's switch and go to Jupyter and then import this file to and see whether. So yes, I just need to what? We now need to import our mm, okay. So there, let's first see. We want to do import what? The product. You see that we have several functions. This time around, it is no longer one function, right? So we can import that. We can call that whatever that we want first. So two ways. We can say what? Import what? More mathematics, eh? Let me look at the file name first. The Python file, mathematics. Yeah, it is mathematics. I can say what? Mathematics. Mathematics. We can say this. You see that? There are two ways. We can just import mathematics as what? Just as we did. But we can, just as we did for the tertiary, we can equally uh, bring pick only the addition. We can pick only the product. So how do we do that? You can say what? From mathematics, what? Mathematics, import what? From mathematics, import what? Products, 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 and we say the product, we just want it to be what? P, import product as P, right? Then we just run this. Then it has been run. So it means when I call P, I can now, it is now only P. So I can just 3 by 4 by 5. The product of the numbers is what? 60. So 3 times 4 is what? 12. 12 times 5. Then we get what? 60. So there are so many ways of doing the imports. Have you seen that? Or this was one way. Or you just go import what? You can just go direct import what? You can go import what? Mathematics. Mathematics. I think let me just do that. Mathematics as what? As MA. So now that we've imported MA, we can then come MA dot what? Then you see that we have three. We have addition, difference, and product. So I can go, if I want to do that addition, then I click on addition, then I say what? I want to add 67 by 89. So if I run this, I get the summation. If I say MA dot what? Then I go for difference. And it means I want to find the difference for 2. So I say what? 12, 12 and then what? 89. If I run this, I get the answer. MA dot what? Then I go for what? Product. You see that? So basically, we've done this, right? So we've created a file, we had a Python file, and we've turned it into what? A model that we are using. So all that this is to tell us that what? We just want to move to what? Libraries. The libraries that will be using the Numpy, the pandas, the scikit. We will not be doing scikit-learn. So the Numpy, the pandas, the matplotlib, the seaborn, the plotly. They are all files that people, programmers somewhere, people have written down to make all this work easier. And then we are just what? When we install our things, we've just installed those files and we are using it to our benefit. You see that? So one day you can write your lines of code to do some specific work, and you open source it, you give it out to the community that, oh, okay, this is also something that you've written to do this. Yeah, right. This one was just for us to understand where we are going now. And as I said, what the next one, we are just going to look at what the libraries that we as data scientists will be using, or data analysts we use, right? We'll be using what? NumPy, which is what numerical Python. We'll be using pandas, right? Numerical Python is basically what we are coming to do today. I even in your assignment, I told you to research about it, right? I hope you did, right? I hope you did, right? If you did, it is a good thing. If you didn't, it's your own. It's also a good thing to you because you were doing something else. Okay, so yes, we've been able to create what a Python modules and we've imported. And as I said, there are inbuilt modules self that we didn't look at. I think there's math module. There's a math module that we can import math module to do a whole lot. So if there's a built-in model, so if I say import what math, math is a model that Python, when you install Python, you have it. So uh, dot you see you can do course, you can do exponentials, factorial. So the factorial, if you want to do factorial, let's say the factorial of 8, you see that the factorial of 8. If you want to do any math calculations, you see that you just import math and you can do what somebody has written a Python file, a code to do factorial, and they've just made it what a module. They kept it under the module, so when you call it, it just does what the factorial for you. You see that? So that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so yes, let's look at we are done with this. You've understood this. Libraries are more of like a senior brother of what libraries are more of like the senior brother of what modules. Libraries are more directed towards something. You see that? So that's how come we have the numerical Python, we have pandas for data manipulation, we have matplotlib for matplotlib. The whole thing is geared towards what visualization. We have what scikit-learn is geared towards what machine learning. We have Seaborn, also what visualization. We have, so those libraries are more of like they are also bigger files. You see, modules are more of like just so smaller sizes, right? But libraries are bigger port sizes, or like bigger files. Then they have more in them. So yes, finally, we are moving towards um numerical what Python. So let me title this, let me give it a name. So the coding, no, it is off, right? It will be for now you will not be, you will then be getting closer to numbers a bit, right? I hope you will be happy about that. Escape, then I change it to a markdown and I say what numpy numpy of like numerical Python. Let me just, it seems what the full name is what numerical Python, right? So just for numerical computations. Have you seen that? Okay. When I printed, it was for any time the print statement printed several. It means it is in the loop. So long as the thing is looping, it is printing. When it gets there, it will print it, and it gets there, it prints, it goes, it gets there, it prints. So I saw that the print, but when it is out of the loop, it will be executed only once, right? So yes, we need to look at what is computing in Python, right? So a lot of the other libraries relies on it for their computation. It is very for computing stuff. Okay, so we just look at how to use it, but most of our work will not be dealing much as analysts will not be dealing much with what NumPy, but I just want you to know it, even though there are a few instances that you'll be using it, right? There are a few instances that you'll be using it, right? So before we go, even before I talk about NumPy, then I you realize I was talking about what? I was talking about libraries and all those stuff. So now, as we said, libraries are geared towards some particular thing. So you want to do visualizations, then you are looking for a library to help you do visualization. So now, after you've seen the library and you want to use it, then there are certain things you import the library. That's one. What if the library is not installed? If the library you don't have it, then that's where you have to what? Install the library. Have you seen that? Then you have to install the library. So how do you install the library? Right? How do you install the library? Python has a package manager that we call what? Pip, right? It's a package manager that Python uses to we use to install our packages in Python. So it's just what? Pip, right? Python package installer, right? Okay. So how if you want to use what? NumPy, you first have to check whether you have it. But thankfully, you will get to this is the time you will get to know as I said, we said what Anaconda is more of like a data science, a group of data scientists that have come to make all of this environment ready for us. They know the libraries that we use, so they come pre-installed. We have NumPy installed already. We have all pandas installed already. But in a situation whereby you are not using Anaconda, you are using normal Python, and you want to follow us, it means you have to what? Install your NumPy first. So you just need to do what? Install pip install. As I said, what? Pip is a package installer. What we use to install packages what? In what? Python. So pip install, then the package name. So currently we are dealing with what? NumPy. So we want to say we want to install NumPy. So if I run this, it will go. If I have it, it will tell me now already requirements already satisfied. If I don't have it, then it will start, you see it will be downloading, right? So now they are telling me what? Requirements already satisfied. NumPy is already there. NumPy, I already have NumPy. So if I want to use, then I need to, as I said, first you check whether you have it. If you don't have it, then you install it. But if you have it, then you have to then what? Move to how to import it and use. Have you seen that? You have to import it and use it, right? So we will then have to just move straight to want to look at what? Let me go to NumPy, NumPy, NumPy. Um, let me go NumPy. I think this is the documentation. The NumPy. That's the site. So what? NumPy. It is a fundamental package for scientific computing with Python. Powerful n-dimensional fast and versatile NumPy vectorizations. So this one is basically, as I said, we will not be doing much because we are not going to be doing scientific computing. We are not going to be doing a lot of mathematical operations, more of like algebra. No, 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 no. We are not going to be doing that. So you just need to know this thing is there. You just need to know there's a library like this that can help you in doing all of those things, right? So this is their website, and you see what can you can try these few things over there. You can try these few things over there, right? Okay. So what's off? See they've even when see their under here they've listed other libraries for different stuff that you want to do, that you can do. So bioinformatics, statistical computations, then what, signal processing, image processing, graphs. So all this library and towards what it is being used for, right? But yeah, let's just go back to here. Okay, so yes, let's import our numpy. So we say what, import numpy. We normally import, as I said, we import numpy mostly by what, np. So np, then we import what, numpy. So yes, when we do this, we've imported it and we can start using it. Hello, I hope you are around. Are you still around? Is it confusing? If it is confusing, let me know. Just say something. Let me pause and listen to what you guys are saying. I'm waiting. Let me listen to the few that are here. How is it going? Are you still with me? Mhm. Hello. I'm waiting on you. I want to hear from you before we continue. We are starting. We are now starting with our libraries. Yeah, we are starting with our libraries. So I want to know. I hope we are okay with what we are doing so far. Nothing, nothing is scary. Nothing. Okay, it's good. See, that's good. I'm happy. I'm happy you're understanding. Yes, because yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Okay. I wish this class was physical. I wish this class was a physical class. That is so fun. Okay, so let's do a little bit of how making for advance. So that is the first thing that we've imported NumPy. So as I said, yeah, more of like, so we want to create a NumPy array, right? So R Yeah, a numpy array. So when we want to create a numpy array, we can pass a list through it. A list of numbers. We can say 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So this is a numpy array. So if I do this, oh, invalid, I didn't bring something here. So I started. So this is a numpy array, right? There are many numpy array we could do. So first of all, this is in the air. Let me save it so that we can use it for some stuff. So when I call A, that is it. So as I said, this is more of like a senior brother of list because this one has more functionalities that we can apply, we can do to it, right? Mhm. So when we have this, we can access the elements just as we did with what? A list. So if I say at element at position 0, it is 2. Element element at what? From 0 to 3. You see that? From 0 to 3. Just the same style that or element from from 2 going from 2 to the end. So you see that from 2 to the end, then you get that. The same way of doing slicing elements. That's what we are doing. The same way of slicing elements, picking elements from one range, right? So we can see um the data types, there are different. So if you say this A that we've declared, if you say we want to know the data type, it is just the d type, right? So if I just run this, you see that it is int 360, right? If it was a float, it will come as a float. If it was in a string, you'll see objects also, right? So yes, this one's as I said, arrays are very important because this one it is targeted towards what, as we said, what the name even tells you, numerical computation. So you can see take this one as more of like a vector, vectors, vectors and matrices. You see that? So you are able to multiply a vector by a scalar. These ones are some math stuff, so I don't want to even go device. You can multiply a scalar by a vector, you can multiply a scalar against what, a matrix, and all those stuff. This numpy allows you, gives you that flexibility to do all those things. That's why you just I just we just want to brush over it. I don't think I will not even spend much time. Maybe in the next few minutes we'll have to close. We'll close then, right? But that is it. That is it. So look at it. Let's just see. A, you see, first of all, well, let's see a list. We want to do some comparison. A, B is equal to a list, and a list 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This is B is a list, and D, you see that. So we have these two things. Let's say A times this is more of like a vector times 2. You have been able to multiply scalar multiple. So it's you are able to multiply when you do this the vector times a scalar, it multiplies. So the two goes to multiply each element in the array. But let's try to do it with what, um a list. Oh, let's try to do it with a list. Oh, I'm not typing the two. You see that it just repeats. This is different. This one just has just repeated what, this one has just repeated the list again as a duplicate. So these are two different things that we want to do. We wanted to just multiply each element in it. The same way if you want to divide. So A divided by 2. It means you are dividing each element what? By 2. You are dividing each element by 2. When you run, you see that you get it back. It's just as simple as this, right? So that is these are the few things that NumPy. So yes, we can create what? A matrix. Let's see how to represent a matrix. This one was more of like a vector, right? So we can create. Let's see how to create a matrix. Matrices are very important, right? So let's see, maybe another C is equal to what? We want to create maybe what? A 2 by 2, 2 by 3. So we say what? NP dot what? Array. Then what is the array? So one row, the first list is more of like the row one, then another list as row two, another list as row three, another row. So if you have several rows, each row is a list, right? So we can say what? It should be what? One, two, three. Then we go, comma, then we give another list, then we give what? Maybe four, five, six. So if you run this, oh wow, element. So this one has to be in a list. All of them has to be in a list first. So let me just close this. Okay, so yes, all of them has to be in a list. So yes, we have a matrix like this. So it means at position one is row one. If you say want to pick C at, yeah, 0, then it means we are picking for the whole of row one. You see that? C at position 2, position 1 is more of like row 2. Have you seen that? So it means at C at row 1, we can also go inside and slice something again and slice for 2. That means we are picking at position 3. The same thing with this one too. We can further go and pick maybe at position 1. You see that? So yes, we are able to create what? So let's look at this. So C times what? 3. You see the output. So it basically multiplies the scalar across all of them. You see that? So yes, this is NumPy. It helps us in doing this stuff, which is very good. Mhm. So you can look at the shape of it. A dot what? Shape, eh? You can look at the shape, and it is what? A 2 by 3 matrix. So two rows, three columns. That's it. Two rows, three columns. If you see 2 by 3, right? So we can equally look at what? Dot n dimension. What is the dimension? The dimension is 2 because it just have what? Rows and columns. That's the dimension, right? You can look at the size. C dot what? Size. I don't, as I said, let me not worry you with this. So yes, you can slice. You have been able to slice the metrics. So imagine with this, with C, we can equally do some mathematics on them. We can say dot sum, this is a dot sum, and it basically adds every element in the C. So if what was C? What was C? So this 1 plus 2 plus this 6, 10, 15, then 21. So you see the sum is 21. You see that? So you can pick what? C dot what? Minimum. Then you get the minimum out of it. C dot what? Max. Then you are getting the max out of it. So all the max. So let me see. When we go here, argument max. Argmax basically gives us the position of the maximum. I think so. The position of the maximum is at 5, position 5. This is 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So at position 5, that is it. Argmax, and it is very, very important. I think I've used it before. That's why. Then so yes, basically, That is it. You see, these are most of the linear algebra stuff. You can see it here, but thankfully we are not doing linear algebra. You can transpose. You can transpose this. I think we can transpose this. So when we transpose it, it's more of like you are turning all the rows becomes what columns and the columns becomes rows. So basically, I don't think I should spend too much time here. This is how it's supposed to be. This is how we are going to do it, and that's all, right? The rest you can look at it. You can look at it, and we'll see. Right. One, there are some few methods about some there are some two methods that maybe you'll be using and that I want you to look at, right? Line space, line space, right? So NP dots line space. Maybe sometimes you would like to generate some numbers. You would like to generate some numbers. So when you use NP dot line space, you can say you want some numbers between 0 and 1. Between 0 and 1, I want what? 10 numbers. Numpy will generate that for you. Saying between 0 and 1, you want some 10 numbers, you want some random numbers to do something. So you see that this all will be important. We'll see, we may be using them in one way or the other when we go somewhere, right? So I wouldn't stress you with this one. It's just okay. This is basically it. Will be wherever that we have to use NumPy, it will not be much in our work as we are going by. But it is good you know it. Tomorrow, tomorrow we move to what? Our main library. Our main what? Library, which is what? Pandas. Pandas is for what? Data manipulation, because if you are, we'll be working with data as we said, so we'll be loading data into into Python using what? Pandas. Then we'll see how to work with it, to work with data in Python. That's basically what we'll be starting with tomorrow. So today we looked at what? Models and how to create models. We created our own models. We imported it. So you've seen the importation, how to import models, how to install a model even if you don't a library if you don't have it. We use pip. Pip install what? NumPy. Pip install what? Pandas. Pip install what? Matplotlib. Pip install depending on whatever library that you want to install, right? So yes, that is it. That is it. We would like to, yeah, we'll be okay. So if there are questions so far, you let me know before I close. I think we'll leave it here to continue with pandas tomorrow. So you need to look at pandas, right? You need to look at pandas, do some little research on what pandas is, and we'll be good to go, right? I hope I didn't cause any problems to you. I didn't make you feel like this course is. I hope I didn't make you feel like this course is not for you. It is. If I created that impression, then it's a lie. Why this course is for you? It is easy, and you enjoy it as we are going by. Mm, you will enjoy it. I really. I hope you find this interesting. I hope you find it interesting. Mhm. It's a nice thing. Don't worry. I wish it's going to be fine. Just practice whatever that you've done. So you import the library, then you call most of the methods that it has, then that is it. Right. So I'm watching through the comment section to see if there are questions or so. Moreover, I think we this morning too, I just created a group whereby I realized most of you were, if you when you had something to say, you didn't, because you didn't know there's no way to interact with your colleagues and so on. So I just created a new group whereby you can chat, you can ask your questions. Yeah, it should just be that. You see, the moment we are many, so the moment we start chatting something not related to our stuff, and the chat will be too many, and serious information will be missed. That's why the main one is still locked, right? So that it should just be informations about the course, because the moment we open it, there will be debate, there will be this, there will be this. But so this new one, let's keep it cool. And if you it should just be, it should help us. Someone, maybe you are working on something, you are working on the assignment, you are working on anything Python related, you send it over there. Maybe there will be someone who is awake or who is by then on the laptop that can help you. Hmm? Let's make use of it. Let's make use of it. Okay. So yes, that's it. Let's have a nice day.